high productivity and resistance to Fiji and mosaic disease. In the 1920s, the importance of agriculture was intensified and UPCA was recognized as neighboring countries began sending their students to Los Baños because of the high quality of education. In the 1930s, breeds with superior characteristics such as the Burkhala pig, Los Baños Cantonese chicken, and filament cattle were developed. The 1960s was a fruitful decade for research. Makapuno, a coconut cultivar often made into a dessert, was pioneered and perfected. Meanwhile, the Dairy Training and Research Institute was the first in the country to freeze buffalo semen, paving the way for artificial insemination of local carabaos. Along with the establishment of UPLB in the 70s, the college received the prestigious Ramon Magsaysay Award for International Understanding, Asia's counterpart for the Nobel Peace Prize. In the same decade, the C4 plants were developed. The soil test kits were produced in support of the Masagana 99 program, and the mango induction technique was introduced. Continuing the production of quality research outputs in the 1980s, techniques to minimize post-harvest losses, the accelerated fish sauce manufacturing process, and the rapid test kit for the detection of pesticide residue on vegetables were developed. The 1990s saw many new varieties across species or crop types, including Sinta papaya, the first Philippine-bred hybrid, UPLB Gold, a durian variety, and Doña Amelita, a musaenda named after the wife of former President Fidel Ramos. The award-winning National Corn-Based Farmer Scientist RDE Training Program, or FSTP, was also established around this time and still remains as one of the university's primary extension programs. In the field of instruction, the book titled Integrating Sustainable Agriculture in the BSA Curriculum, the UPLB College of Agriculture Experience, was published in 1999. At present, the College of Agriculture and Food Science, or CAFS, continues to be the premier institution of higher learning in agriculture and food science, and remains committed to nation building through its instruction, research, and extension programs. In order to produce the best graduates, all of our courses are outcomes-based education, and continuous improvement of the curriculum is being practiced to meet the challenges of the 21st century. As testament of excellence, CAFS is constantly recognized by different organizations. In research, we continue to implement relevant studies with focus on the 12 priority commodities to address food security. Moreover, technologies are constantly developed to aid in responsible food production. Supplementing these are extension activities to disseminate the knowledge generated to improve food productivity and livelihood of the people. We believe that present technologies will future-proof our food systems. Some of our notable developments are iDetect, Coraginam, Plant Health and Pest Clinic, Pest Management Tools and Techniques, Smarter Pest Identification Technology or SPIDTech, Snap Hydroponics, Drone Technology, Rapid Immunofilter Assay for Virus Indexing, Nanofertilizers Fertigrow, Hormogrow, Nanobiosensors, and Biochar. We at the College of Agriculture and Food Science will continue to promote and nurture a culture with innovative yet conscientious minds and cutting-edge skills to lead and serve the country and the region. We are one college with one goal towards sustainable food systems.
Good morning, everyone. Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. And welcome to the 8th episode of Rise Science and Technology webinar series. This is, of course, brought to you by the College of Agriculture and Food Science at the University of the Philippines, Los Baños, in partnership with the Philippine Rice Research Institute, or PhilRice. So in this second season, we are featuring a number of local movers in the field of rice, science and technology, and mechanization. So I know that you are very excited to get to know our 8th resource person. By the way, my name is Kamla Zaira G. Lavadia, a university researcher from the Institute of Animal Science, CAPS UPLB, and I will be your host this morning. So on behalf of CAPS Dean Dr. Elpidio M. Agdisit Jr. and the CAPS RICE Webinar Committee headed by CAPS Associate Dean for Research and Extension, Dr. Lilia Fernando Corpus, we welcome everyone who joined us this morning. So magandang araw po sa ating mga participants na nasa Zoom. Magandang araw din po sa lahat ng mga nakikilahok at dumadalo sa atin mula sa CAPS Facebook page and YouTube channel. So for this episode, our resource person will discuss Rice Crop Manager Advisory Service, or RCMAS, and how it works. So I know everyone is so excited, but before that, allow me to give you a short discussion on our house rules. So for our panelists, kindly keep your microphones muted at all times, except if called or requested. Para naman po sa ating mga Zoom participants, if you have any questions or comments, please use the chat box or use the hand raise button to be recognized. And para po sa mga nanunood, nakikidalo at lumalahok mula sa Facebook page and YouTube channel, please use the comment section at isa-isa po nating i-address yan mamaya during the Q&A session. So now to formally welcome us in today's episode, let us just check. So, okay, I guess to formally welcome us in today's episode is a professor and director at the Institute of Animal Science, CAPS UPLB. Siya po ay naging kasama na rin po natin sa mga nakaraang webinars for Coconut webinar series naman. So ngayon po, he will grace us with a welcome message. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Romel C. Solavo. Magandang umaga po, Dr. Romel.
Magandang umaga, Kamla. Can I be heard clearly?
Yes, Doc. Very clear po.
Okay. Isang mapagpalang umaga po sa ating lahat. In behalf of our Dean Elpidio M. Agdisit Jr. and the rest of the CAPS Execom, we would like to welcome you all to the episode 8 of our second series, which is on rice science and technology. At kami po'y nagagalak na patuloy niyo pong sinusubaybayan ng ating serye ukol sa isa sa pinaka-importanteng crop sa ating bansa, which is rice. Kami po sa animal science, napakalaki rin po ng importansya ng commodity na ito, hindi lang po bilang kinukonsumo ng ating mga populace, ng ating mga kapwa Pilipino, but also as a major component of animal feed and animal feed ingredients. At tunay kami na nagagalak na ito ay nabibigyan ng pansin bilang isang crop at hopefully sa discussion ngayong araw na ito ay maging kapakipakinabang at makatulong sa inyo sa inyong either research o sa inyong pag-aaral tukol sa rice. So maraming salamat po.
There you go. Maraming salamat po para sa welcome message, Dr. Romel C. Solabo. So nakita po natin nagkaroon ng connection po yung field of animal science and crop science. So ngayon naman po, since we are here and complete, so maaari po bang i-request natin ang lahat ng ating mga panelists and support staff para po i-turn on ang kanilang mga cameras for a quick photo op. So may I request everybody to please turn on your cameras. And Sir Arthur, kindly take a screenshot po. So also we are inviting our mga kasamahan po, our colleagues at the Philippine Rice Research Institute. And Dr. Romel, can you join us again for a quick photo op po? Okay, there you go. Ayan,
Okay
si
po.
Ma'am Shane. Okay po.
Okay po. 1, 2, 3. Okay na po.
All right. Thank you so much, Sir Arthur. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are so delighted to introduce to you our 8th resource person for this webinar series. So, we have received 900 pre-registration for this episode alone. And para po sa mga spillover, pasensya na po kung hindi namin kayo ma-accommodate dito sa Zoom. However, you can still watch us live via Facebook page and YouTube channel. So, to get to know our resource person, Mr. Wilfredo B. Collado is a pedologist with an MS in Soil Science from the University of the Philippines, Los Baños. He currently serves as the officer in charge of the PhilRice Mindoro Satellite Station and the Business Development Coordinator for PhilRice Los Baños. He is focusing on high-quality rice seed production, and he co-leads the Rice Crop Manager Advisory Service, or what we call the RCMAS. So he also is a member of the Crop Science Society of the Philippines and the Philippine Society of Soil Science and Technology. His research covers soil surveys, fertility experiments, GIS, crop sustainability assessment, resource use efficiencies in rice production, rice yield gap analysis, and climate change effects on crop yields, among many others. So, ladies and gentlemen, he is widely known by his colleagues as Sir Cooley. Today, he will talk about Rice Crop Manager Advisory Services, or RCMAS, and how it works. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all welcome Mr. Wilfredo B. Collado. Good morning po, Sir Cooley. Sir Cooley, can we please turn on our microphone po? Ayan po. Nakamute pa po ata si Sir Cooley.
Sorry. Good morning to everyone.
There you go po. Okay po. Take it away, sir.
Good day po sa ating lahat. Today, I will be discussing the Rice Crop Manager Advisory Service, or the RCMAS, version 4.0, its operation and use. This is a digital platform for increasing yields and incomes of rice farmers and for modernizing extension service. I am Wilfredo Collado of PhilRice Los Baños. So ano nga ba itong Rice Crop Manager Advisory Service, or RCMAS? So RCMAS is an optimized digital agriculture application which provides farmers nutrient management recommendations and advisories to improve their farm productivity and profitability. It is also an application to improve crop data management for our farmers and agricultural extension workers, or we call them the AEWs. It is also an upgraded version of the Nutrient Manager for rice. Before we have this application, Nutrient Manager for rice. So let me show you the evolution of the Rice Crop Manager Advisory Service. So we had before in 2008 the Nutrient Manager for rice, and there are several versions of this Nutrient Manager for rice before it became the RCM, or Rice Crop Manager Advisory Service. It became the Rice Crop Manager application, which have several versions. In November 2013, it was launched. And then until RCM version 1.2.1, which was released in June 2015. And then later on, it evolved into version number 2, and then later on into version 2.03 until 2.22 in December 2018. So the current version of RCM AS is version 4. You can see here that there is no version 3. We aligned the versioning of the Rice Crop Manager Advisories into Agriculture 4.0. That's why the last version was 2, and then it jumped into 4.0. So this new version, we have an optimized input and bigger output. So Rice Crop Manager Advisory Service can be accessed at this site, rcm.da.gov.ph. We have also a separate site that is intended for training purposes, so that information or the authentic data could only be stored at the RCMAS site at rcm.da.gov.ph, not on the RCMAS test site. So let's see how does RCMAS works. So there are several activities in the RCMAS process that can generate several data or information and outputs. The activities includes user registration up to the development of nutrient and crop management recommendations customized for our farmers, specific for their farming conditions and locations. The information generated in these activities are stored in different databases and can be used to generate several outputs, like user ID card and login credentials, to the generation of an actual farmer ID card, a printout of the nutrient and crop management recommendations, and a short messaging service advices that are provided to our farmers from time to time, up to the provision of information or using the data analytics for monitoring and reporting purposes. So let's get started. So we can download the RCMAS app via Google Play Store using our smartphone. In using the smartphone, the RCMAS is a standalone application. Even without the use of internet, we can use the application, or we can access it through the web using the link https rcm.da.gov.ph. So the RCM users are registered, and this facilitates monitoring and reporting of the Rice Crop Manager Advisory Service activities. So adding farmers' information assigns each RCMAS farmer and farm lot with unique ID number and facilitates determination of precise farm lot using Global Positioning System, or the GPS. So registration of farmers and farm lots with precise area can facilitate keeping track of the historical information on farmers' practices and production that can help improve the RCM recommendation for registered farm lots. So let's familiarize with the RCMAS dashboard. So number one, we have the user information, which includes the username, the ID, and the access level, and photo of the user, which was registered and verified from the RCM user registration. So user ID are automatically generated. So access level is also defined depending on the agency or organization upon registration. Next is the dashboard menu. This dashboard menu will enable user to view the RCM AS dashboard, view and download farmers list, add farmers information, upload multiple GPX files or the georeference farm lots, view and download data privacy document, retrieve and download offline data, and even you can set to offline mode. Number 3 is the RCM statistics. It enables users to view data collected from the RCM AS interviews. It is used for reporting and monitoring the status of the RCM AS dissemination activities. And number 4, the navigation bar. So the navigation bar contains set of icons made handy for their users. So this is the navigation bar, which contains the user information, the name of the user, the access level, and you can also see here the search button for searching the names or even names of our farmers or even location or even the farm lots of the farmers. And the drop down icon. So from the drop down icon, you can download farmers list, you can go to offline download mode, you can go to the settings, you can go to contact us if you want to throw questions, and to the logout icon menu. So the contact us will enable users to reach the RCMAS operational and technical team for some queries or some problems encountered during the use of this application. Of course, we need to log out after using the RCMAS application. So we need to sign out our account, and then we can go back to the login page. Again, let's try to go back to the operation on how we can access the RCMAS application. Again, we can download the RCMAS application in the Google Play Store or access the web using the link rcm.da.gov.ph. So register an RCM user. So this facilitates monitoring and reporting of RCMAS activities. The RCMAS users are registered in the database and are given unique user ID numbers, and facilitates determination of the farm lot or precise farm lot using the GPS or the Global Positioning System. So registration of farmers and farm lots with precise area can facilitate keeping track of historical information on farmers' practices and production that can help improve RCM recommendation for registered farm lots. You can also generate ID card which provides or that are provided to registered RCMAS farmers, containing information about the farmer and the farm lot or lots to facilitate interviews of farmer with the RCMAS application. So SMS or short messaging services could be used to send reminders or adjustments on the RCMAS recommendations. So auto-generated text message will be sent upon completion of the interview. And also RCM sends welcome messages or message and reminder messages for fertilizer applications. Once again, RCMAS is a web and mobile-based application or feature which provides personalized recommendations to rain-fed. Again, I will reiterate, to rain-fed and irrigated lowland farmers only, on giving crop and nutrient management practices before crop establishment in the farm lot with or without internet connection. So thank you and good day to all of you. Any questions? You can also reach us to our Facebook page at rcm.craft.manager, or we have the email address rcm.national.team21@gmail.com, or you can go to our website rcm.da.gov.ph. Once again, good day and thank you.
That's very short but meaty presentation from Sir Kuli. Ano po? So thank you so much, Sir Kuli, for sharing your experience and your team's experience in the development of the RC Mass or the Rice Crop Manager Advisory Service. Actually, RC Mass is one of our cases for our graduate course in DevCom para po sa e-learning. So, medyo familiar na din po tayo sa RC Math. But it's also nice to know, to hear from the developer himself about the utility of RC Math. Okay, so now we welcome our participants from both Zoom and social media platforms to send their questions for Sir Kuli about any question that you would like to know. Clarification about how to use RC Math or its functionality. Okay po? So we're still waiting for questions to come in. So nasabi na nga po kanina na this technology works well both in offline and online. And also it can be offered through web-based or mobile-based. So siguro po isa sa mga question habang naghihintay po tayo ng question na pumasok, Sir Kuli, since this is quite extensive po ang paggamit nito, maaari po bang magbigay or meron po bang available na instructions or video instructions para po kung paano po gamitin ang RC Math? Or any parang handbook on how to use RC Math?
Yes, meron tayong mga resources na available sa website mismo ng rcm.da.gov.ph. So doon makikita ninyo lahat noong kahit yung mga ginamit ko dito nandoon. Even the infomercials, meron tayo. Even the development of the software or this application nandoon. And even the dissemination handbook meron din doon. So everybody can visit our website at doon makikita nyo lahat ng information or ano yung mga ginawa namin para makarating dito sa current version. So meron kaming books doon, dalawang books on sa RCM research kung paano na-develop yung science behind this application. And of course, yung sinasabi ko nga kanina, yung sa promotion and dissemination kung paano ginawa ng developers itong RCMAS. So nandun lang sa website.
Yes, so yan. So meron pong user guidelines sa website ng RCMAS. And we understand this is the 4th version na po So tama po ba? 4th version na. Okay po.
Yes.
So may mga question po tayo dito sa Zoom from Sir Acosta, Roberto Acosta. So sabi po niya, thank you very much for the excellent presentation. May we know daw po how wide is the level of adoption of RC Math among Filipino rice farmers? So yun po. How about the dissemination daw po of this technology?
Very good question. So sabi nga natin kanina, meron yung RCM statistics. So you can also see doon sa RCM statistics yung coverage noong dissemination or noong application nitong RCMAS. So makikita ninyo doon yung number of generated information o yung RCM recommendations for unique farmers kasi may mga farmers na iba't iba yung kanilang farm lots eh. So may unique farmer at may unique farm lots din. Kasi hindi lang isang farm lot ang naka-assign sa isang farmer. So doon makikita natin yung coverage noong provision. And ganito, ang RCMAS ay ang dissemination nito ay through ATI, Agricultural Training Institute, and through the regional field offices ng ating Department of Agriculture. Kaya lahat ng regions except NCR, ha? Wala tayo sa NCR ay ito yung ginagamit nila to provide nutrient and crop management recommendations sa mga rice farmers natin.
Okay po. So thank you for that answer, sir. Sir, magagamit daw po ba yan sa hydroponics? Tanong po ni Mr. Joel Dormido Jr.
Medyo humina yung pan mo. Pwede bang pakiulit yung...
Tanong po ni Mr. Joel Dormido, magagamit daw po ba itong RCMAS sa hydroponics? Is it applicable po?
Right now ay wala kaming ganong results sa hydroponics. But of course, pwede namang gamitin to since parehas naman yung requirement ng ating rice, kahit saan mo itanim yan, sa soil man yan, sa water man lang yan. So same din lang naman kasi ito ay based on doon sa nutrient requirement ng rice for certain target yield level. So I think pwedeng gamitin yan.
Okay po. So, meron po mga nagtatanong, yung RCMAS daw po, is it applicable for all areas in the Philippines daw po, even to remote places?
Yes, pwede ito basta mayroon tayong mga extension workers na kasi ito ay intended for our extension workers. Sila yung first-hand users nitong application. So kahit remote areas yan, basta mapupuntahan ng ating mga extension workers, ay pwede. So sabi ko nga kanina, merong offline version ng RCM. So yung cellphone mo lang ang gamit mo, na-download mo yung application, you can use it offline. Kaya makaka-generate ka ng nutrient and crop management recommendations.
Yes po. And in connection to that, sir, may question po tayo sa Facebook. To generate recommendations po para sa kanilang farm lot, what or how extensive daw po yung information needs or information input na kailangan from the farmer's end?
I did not get it. Paano nga yung question ulit? Medyo humihina eh.
Sorry sir. So how extensive daw po yung requirement ng information input for that software before they can generate recommendations po?
Usually ay 5 to 10 minutes na question and answer yung kailangan. Depending on the answers ng ating farmers. But usually mga 5 minutes makaka-generate ka na ng recommendations sa ating farmers. Yung questions kasi ay will depend on the different conditions. So mapapaiksi yung questionnaire kung dati ka ng user. Pag dati ka ng user, yung mga tinatanong dati doon na available na sa database ay hindi na itatanong, like yung location. Halimbawa, pagka ang isang farmer ay nagpa-interview ulit at nagbigay ng ID, unique ID number or farm ID number or farm lot number, mababawasan ng mga questions kaya medyo iikse. For new users, new farmers na gustong makakuha ng recommendation, usually makakakuha niya 5 to 7 minutes. Or yung iba kasi maabot ng 10 minutes, depende dun sa sagot ng farmers. Kasi usually ito ay puro recall on the previous cropping. Kaya kung minsan ay ang farmers medyo nagtatagal sa pag-recall ng kanyang mga isasagot. So yon.
Okay, pero wag naman po tayo mag-aalala kasi we have specialists, technologists, or extension workers naman po to help us navigate through this software. So, sir, meron din pong nagtatanong with regards to other available and similar software po. As compared to RCMAS, so how does other softwares daw po pair with it? Like yung balanced fertilization strategy or abonong swak na swak? Are we familiar with these ano po?
Yes, I am familiar with all of that. Those kasi kasama ako dun sa mga pag-develop ng mga recommendations, especially sa abonong swak. And yung sa balance fertilization na part nung abonong swak, part yung abonong swak dun sa balance fertilization. And we also have yung similar like yung -1 element technique and the MOET app. So ito ay mga options for our farmers. Lahat ito ay options for our farmers. Yung abonong swak, for the sake of information ng everybody, sabi nga natin ay may combo kasi yon. Pag sinabi natin combo ay pwede tayong makatipid. Di ba? Parang sa mga fast food chains or restaurants. So lahat ito ay proven na makakatulong sa ating mga farmers compared dun sa ating farmers practices. So meron namang mga farmers na magagaling na. Of course, hindi yun yung mga intended na targets natin, kundi yung mga mabababa pa. Alam naman natin na ang average yield natin sa Philippines ay nasa 4 tons lang. So kailangan tulungan sila. So yung matataas na ang yield, of course, hindi na sila ang target. Okay? But all the similar technologies or approaches like yung sa BFS, balance fertilization, abonong swak, MOET, those are, kahit yung soil testing, those are all options for our farmers.
Talaga ay there are a lot of available resources to help our farmers po with regards to crop management and science, soil science management. So yun po, siguro po ay isang question din po ano po regarding the impact or the effectiveness of this technology. May follow-up question po si Sir Roberto. So can you share with us daw po if there are any studies conducted or ongoing studies that is being undertaken to determine the direct and indirect contribution of RCMAS to increasing agricultural productivity?
Yes, meron na tayong mga available na information. Actually, before ma-release itong RCMAS ay since 2013, nagkanda kami ng researches. And we have robust data. So ang dami na naming data to show our clientele or our farmers na this is really working. At based dun sa aming ginawa, nagkaroon na ng internal and external monitoring nitong project. And nakita doon na farmers yielding below 4 tons or 4 tons and below have the highest benefit. Kaya nga pag sabi ko kanina, pag mataas na ang yield mo, medyo maliit na ang benefit. Kaya itong RCMAS ay nakita talaga na maganda para sa ating mga farmers since ang average natin ay 4 tons.
So it's good to know po na kasabay po ng development ng software na ito, ng technology na ito, ay meron din po tayong ginawa na impact assessment to measure the effectiveness of this technology. So thank you for that, sir. Thank you for sharing your wisdom about rice farming. So siguro po we will entertain few more questions, although meron pa po ditong mga questions, but in the interest of time, maybe we can entertain a few more. So Sir Cooley, is there any agriculture extensionist daw po that we can tap for them to utilize this technology? Saan daw po, how can they tap agricultural extensionists?
Parang hindi ko nakuha yung question na yun. Ano yun? Paano? Medyo...
Yes, sir. So just to repeat the question, since ito pong technology na ito, sabi po natin is ginagamit po ng mga agricultural extensionists natin. So para po sa mga farmers, how can they tap daw po these agricultural extensionists to assess their farms?
Actually, kahit
po
mga
ba ay
farmers, yes, kahit mga farmers can register as users. May mga magagaling tayo mga farmers na sila na mismo, like our local farmer technicians, may mga registered users tayo na farmers sila. And they are the ones also extending yung technology to their kapwa or mga neighboring farmers. So napakadali lang. Actually, if they want, they can also tap the Agricultural Training Institute for trainings on how to become a user dito sa ating RCMAS.
okay po. So yan, may mga available assistance naman po on how to train using RCMAS. So ito po siguro ginagamit niya yung RCMAS. Ang tanong naman po niya, sabi niya po kasi ang pag-measure ng area ay napakatagal na proseso. So can we use RCMAS daw po without measuring the actual farm area?
Yes,
and they
we
can
can.
generate.
Yeah.
Yes po.
Actually, nung una, wala talagang measurement ng farm lot. Ang farmers magbibigay lang ng yung sa actual size nila, sabihin 1 hectare yung farm lot na gusto kong bigyan ng kwan. But during our continuous refinement, kasi pagka sinabi ng farmer na 1 hectare at sinukat mo at less than a hectare, mali yung recommendation, di ba? Pag sobra naman yung area, kulang naman yung magiging recommendation. So, naisip namin na dapat talaga ma-measure. But we can provide RCM recommendations to our farmers kahit hindi na ma-measure yung field. But of course, sabi ko nga, ay gusto natin mas precise, kaya kailangan masukat. Yan.
So if yun po, yun na po ang sagot ni Sir Collado. Kailangan pa rin i-measure if we want precision of recommendation. So kailangan pa rin isukatin ang ating farm area. Okay, so sir, siguro po ay last question na lang din po ito. According to Sir Jonathan Adorna, can we generate RCM without GPX?
Again?
Can we generate RCM po without GPX?
Yes, we can
So,
generate. Actually, yun nga yung unang ginawa namin. And then yun nga, sabi ko nga, na-explain ko na may mga nagre-reklamo, sabi ay naging mababa yung yield. So we can generate talaga kahit walang GPX file.
all right. So there you go. Maraming salamat po, Sir Cooley. All right. And now to express our sincere gratitude po, allow me to read the citation on the Certificate of Appreciation. So the College of Agriculture and Food Science, University of the Philippines, Los Baños, Laguna, Philippines, present this Certificate of Appreciation to Mr. Wilfredo B. Collado for serving as the resource person on the webinar entitled Rice Crop Manager Advisory Service, RCMAS, and How It Works, during the Rice Science and Technology Webinar Series Part 2 held on the 6th of July 2023 via Zoom, given the 6th of July 2023 at CAPS UPLB Los Baños, Laguna. Signed, Dean Elpidio M. Agdisit Jr. So, ipapadala po namin ang physical copy nito sa inyo pong office sa PhilRight. Maraming salamat pong muli, Sir Ku.
Maraming salamat din po and good morning.
Yes. And now we are on to the last and final episode po ng ating Rice Science and Technology webinar series. And our 9th episode is entitled Rice Grain Quality and Utilization in Rice-Based Products, to be delivered by Ms. Rosalie D. Manawis and Dr. Riza G. Abilgos Ramos on the 11th of July 2023. Again, this is via Zoom and via CAP's Facebook page and YouTube channel. So kung nais po nating kumpletuhin or makuha yung CPD points, na dapat po ay ma-attendan natin yung 9 episodes on the Rise Science and Technology webinar series. And kindly complete the evaluation form using the following QR code or the link. The link is provided in the chat box dyan po sa ating Zoom chat box. Okay, so importante po yan para matrace po natin ang inyong attendance and participation for this webinar. Don't forget to follow us at CAPS UPLB and also at UPLB CAPS IAS. And now, to give the closing remarks, may I call the Deputy Director of the Institute of Animal Science, CAPS UPLB, none other than Dr. Christine B. Adiova. Hi, Dr.
Okay, good morning, everyone. So on behalf of the College of Agriculture and Food Science, I would like to thank first of all our resource speaker. So thank you, Sir Wilfredo Collado, for sharing your time with us. So thank you po for sharing how digital technologies can help improve our rice production. So nag-download na rin po ako nung app natin and excited na rin ako also to explore it and to share it with our friends who are engaged into rice farming. So salamat po, sir. Thank you po. And of course, I would like to thank our partner throughout this seminar series or webinar series. Thank you po, Phil Rice, for sharing your experts with us. And I would also like to acknowledge the organizing team from the College of Agriculture and Food Science. So thank you to the chair, Dr. Leah Fernando Corpus, and to the rest of the committee members. Salamat po. And lastly, thank you so much to all our audience and participants who are joining with us through Zoom or Facebook or through YouTube channel. Thank you for your active participation. Kita-kita ko po yung Q&A and chat box natin dito sa Zoom. No? Very active ang ating participants. So salamat. I hope you learned a lot today and we hope to see you again next week for our episode 9. So thank you and have a nice day, everyone. Thank you, Ma'am Kamla.
Salamat po, Dr. Yes po, thank you again, Sir Cooley and Doc Romel for placing us your presence this morning. At yun po, dyan na po nagtatapos ang episode 8 ng Rise Science and Technology webinar series. Magkita-kita po tayo muli sa July 11 para sa last and final episode. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a nice day. Bye po.